So this is... What the frick is that? I feel like I shouldn't be interacting with this guy. You hear screams from just over the next bluff. Human screams. Oh my gosh, is that Tonin? Bonjour, mon petit papillons! It's your Butterfly Bay here, and welcome back to the Wholesome Gaming Channel. Today we are getting back into I Was a Teenage Exocolonist and finishing off the year, so let's get into it. Okie dokie. We are mid-dust. I'm gonna finish out this year in this episode, regardless of how long it takes me, but hopefully it won't take me that long. Mars is watching her holoscreen intently. She shushes you before you can get a word in. They're about to kiss! Mars hisses, barely giving you a second look. Well, okay then. I mean... Yeah, I'm kind of that way too. Like, listen, please don't interrupt me while I'm in the middle of a very dramatic scene. Doesn't seem like anybody wants to talk to me today. Oh! Weirdly, Mom has something new to say. Your mom blinks at you like she hasn't seen you in a while. Wow, you're getting big, she mutters, shaking her head in disbelief. I sure am. Okay, it's gonna be a while before I really get to befriend anybody else. Dis wipes his eyes and hides his face as you approach. Go away, he sniffles. I just want to be left alone. Why won't people just leave me alone? I don't want to be a part of this stupid colony. Alright. I feel like I'm basically your only friend in the whole colony, and I keep trying to get closer to you, and you keep pushing me away, but whatever. She needs 20 toughness. Actually, I feel like I'm pretty close to that. I'm at 17 toughness. So if I dug dirt, I could do that next time. That is an idea. Stop saying we're not friends. You literally agreed to be my best friend. Why don't you love me? Okay, I don't want to relax. I was just curious if there was something else in there. And I can now relax in the garrison. Which does give me friendship with Dis. That's what I thought. Okay, well that's good. I obviously definitely do not need to relax right now because I am way in the green. Let's study... Let's do biology. Yeah, let's do science. You and your classmates recreate the famous accident that led to the development of penicillin, when Dr. Alexander Fleming accidentally contaminated his petri dishes and the mold inhibited bacterial growth. It's a gross experiment, but it's pretty cool to see that fungus and mold are just as important on Earth as they were here. It's wild to think about all the uses for vertumnin fungus you haven't discovered yet. Card becomes blue. Why did they only give me yellow? So rude. Oh, but I still rocked it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Late dust, which means it's Cal's birthday. So I'll say hi to him. You find Cal slathering himself with sunscreen. The heat doesn't bother me, but the sunlight sure does. My mom wants me to wear this stuff because I guess Earth's sun was so powerful. It used to make people sick. He laughs. Isn't that silly? The sun making you sick? Okay. I know he's gonna like bobber fruit because he loves food. Oh wow, that looks delicious, Cal exclaims. Thanks for the birthday gift, Solstice. You know I love to eat. That's right, baby. Alright, happy birthday. Cal is kneeling in the dirt, carefully planting pieces of potato. When I was a kid, I thought everything grew from chopped up pieces of bigger things. I mean, that's how it works for potatoes and onions. He sits back on his heels, a funny look on his face. I guess I must have never thought about how babies are made, huh? Oh, gosh, could you imagine? Ew. Could you imagine if I, like, cut off a finger, a baby would grow out of it? That would be... I don't like that he planted that idea in my head. Now I'm really uncomfortable. Okay, bye, Cal. Thanks for that. Hey, Sunberry. Your dad greets you. Working hard or hardly working? He laughs and ruffles your hair. Cutie. Solstice, it's good you're here, your mom calls out to you. I could use your help getting these crops harvested before the rainy season. It's a lot of work to do if you've got some time. Yeah, since Mom asked, I might as well help in here. Shovel some dirt. You're pulling weeds from the garden beds when you see Cal scurry past you, moving with a purpose. He doesn't even stop to say hello before he disappears into a barn. What is he up to? You slip into the barn behind Cal. He's so absorbed in whatever's in that broken storage box that he doesn't hear you. You can do it, he whispers. Come on, go, go, go. You creep forward, but the barn door creaks closed behind you and Cal jumps. Solstice, he says, moving between you and the box. What do you need? What's in the box? Cal clenches his fists. Nothing. It's nothing. Whatever Cal is going to say next is interrupted by a chirping noise from the box. Cal gasps and whirls around, and you both rush forward to look. Inside the box is a pink caterpillar-like creature about the length of your arm, blinking up at you with big, multifaceted eyes. Its mouth parts wave at you, and mouth parts. I don't like that. Mouth parts? Its mouth parts wave at you and make a clicking, chirping noise. It's hatched, Cal says. Hey, little buddy, welcome to the world. What is it? Dunno, Cal says. I looked it up on the Surveyor archives, but nobody's found anything like it before. It's true, you have no idea what this creature is. You knew about this thing? Yeah, it showed up in one of the first shipments of mushwood, he said, rubbing its little nose, just curled up in a little cocoon. It looked like a dried-up leaf, but warm. I didn't want to throw it away in case whatever was inside was still living. And no one was using this busted-up storage box, so... Aww! That's precious. I want one. Cal puts the small creature on his shoulder. What are you, little buddy? Cal asks. You look like a big old caterpillar, but cuter. The creature yawns, showing off circular rows of tiny, even teeth. It nestles against Cal's neck as he scritches it under the chin. Maybe we call you a dilly-pillar. He touches one of its 6 white-capped feet. Socks. Socks the dilly-pillar. I hope nobody finds out. I don't want to... It's just a baby, and also most animals imprint on the first living thing that they see, first moving thing that they see. So, like, I'm sure it's fine. Yeah. Same here, Cal says. Do you remember Miss Manners, the mouse we found on the stratospheric? The grown-ups wouldn't let us keep her. He frowns. I wonder what happened to her in engineering. Maybe Tange knows. I bet she was experimented on. I have to hide her, Cal says, looking around. Think she'll be okay if I keep her in the broken storage box? He places Socks gently into the box and closes the lid. Go back to sleep, little buggy wuggy, he croons. Sleep tight. That's cute. I'm glad I shoveled dirt now. Dang, I got 10 kudos for that. I did really well. Early wet. Oh, it's so pretty. Your dad takes a big breath of air. Ah, this is real living, he says grandly. Sometimes I wake up thinking we're still hurling through space on the Strato, and I'm just so jazzed when I remember we're here, on a real planet. He slaps you on the back. Never take this for granted, kiddo. Oh. And Mom's hard at work. Well, I helped her like she asked. More wood. Dude, so much wood. Mars yawns as you approach, making no attempt to hide it. It's so boring here. Yeah. Well, I mean, okay. So, she's probably still mad at me. I bet she'd appreciate a crystal. Maybe I just give her one. Maybe she'll feel better. Mars laughs, taking the crystal and turning it over in her hands, inspecting it. Well, I've had better birthday gifts this year, but I admit, this crystal is pretty fabulous. I'll add it to my collection. So, didn't know that it was her birthday. But, I knew she would like crystals, so... Hell yeah. Music is so good. Just as standing outside the cover of the walls, his face turned to the rain and arms stretched wide. He's soaked to the bone and his clothes cling to his tiny frame. This planet is wild, he shouts over the driving beat of the rain. You can't stop it, it just is. He's cute. I like him. Tange, why won't you love me? Oh, right, I got enough toughness. We can train together now. On your way to the sports ball pitch, Anemone shares the story about the time her brother Com once spiked the ball so hard that he broke Utopia's nose. Who's Utopia? Back when she used to play sports ball too. She describes it in gory detail. I want to meet this Utopia person. But don't go easy on me, she exclaims. That's why we have med beds, right? Plus, I might get a cool scar. She thumbs a blue-scaled scar on her jaw, right under her ear. Alright, whatever you say, baby girl. Alright, I'm gonna study... Alright, I'll do engineering. Hi, kids. The ship's onboard intelligence congruence glides into the room on her sailing track, and the class cheers. Congruence is so cool. She's like a person, but also a machine. She knows a lot of jokes and can tell you anything about space. She never gets bored or frustrated by your questions. You all know me, she says, but I'll bet some of you have questions about how I work. What do you want to know? I'm just gonna listen to what she has to say. Congruence explains that she had to do all kinds of calculations to help fly the ship and land it, but that she was designed to provide a user-friendly interface to the ship's systems. But Hal has modded me to be far more than that, she says proudly. Now I can even tell jokes. Why did the computer cross the road? She asks. I don't know, why? Congruence smiles widely. I'm not gonna say all those zeros at once. I'm sure it was so funny. I'm sure it was hysterical. Why? -2 to neighboring cards? That's a terrible... Why are all of Anemone's cards bad? And locked in a 0 as well. It's really annoying. Okay. I love the rainy season. I think the rainy season might be my favorite, but they're all good. Let's study together, baby! You and Tangent sync your holopalms and play a game together where you race to assemble chemical compounds using a single programming language. Tangent is a whiz at it and breezes through the levels, barely breaking a sweat. You can tell she's hiding a smile when she looks over your shoulder to help you with a particularly tricky algorithm. I'm gonna make her love me. I'm busy saving the colony, Tange asks, brushing past you. What are you doing? I'm just saying hi. for now. But I'm glad she has something new to say now that we're better friends. Okay, I don't think anybody else has anything new to say. Oh, Dis does. Dis sits before a collection of rocks grouped by color and texture. As you watch, he takes another rock from his pockets and stacks it with its kin. He looks up at you. What? He says flatly. You've never seen rocks before? Sure I have. What did I need to be able to go outside? Oh, I'm tough enough. Okay, give me a minute. I wanna do this though. I wanna go outside. Marsa's pockets are bursting with candy. I'm so glad the shop is open, she says, pulling a piece of soy toffee with her teeth until it snaps. It's honestly not even worth living if I can't shop. Cute. That's right, I can just buy things now. This stuff is expensive. Do you know how hard I worked to get the 87 kudos that I have? Jeez. Okay, well maybe I'll get some cake later, but I really do not have that much money. Alright, I want to go outside. Let me go outside. Well, so you are, Uncle Tonin replies, his voice heavy as he looks at you with pride. Growing up, aren't you? He nods and pats you on the shoulder, and you know he's thinking of Tammy. Listen, he tells you, I can see that you're a tough cookie, and I'd love to have you on my surveyor team in the future, but you'll have to wait a few more years first. Come see me when you're older, okay, kiddo? Dejected, you drag your feet as you walk back through the gates to safety. Psst! What's that? You look around questioningly. Psst! It's Dis. He's hiding behind some bushes. That's so typical. He puts a finger to his lips and motions for you to follow him. Sure, you figure. Why not? He leads you silently through the walls toward the garrison, then crouches down in the bushes between the sports ball field and the security pavilion to fiddle with something. And suddenly he's gone. What? You check to make sure nobody else noticed, then scuttle over to where you last saw him. Behind some popflower bushes, there's a drainage pipe in the wall big enough to crawl through. A heavy grate keeps animals out, but it's loose. You could slide it aside to get through. You could sneak out. Oh. If the adults won't let you visit the Valley of Vertigo or the subaqueous swamps or the other cool places surveyors get to go, well, you could sneak through here and explore just outside the colony walls. If Dis does it, how dangerous could it be? Dis seems to know no fear. I'm sure it is dangerous. Okay, well, Tonin said no, but... You step cautiously through the colony gates. Curious little sprout, aren't you, Solstice? Uncle Tonin blocks your path. His eyes look distant, but he mutters a half-hearted smile for you. Want to know more about expeditions? I'm afraid you're still too young to join the squads, but you'll make a great surveyor soon. Maybe in a few years, okay? Okay. So, it says I could sneak out through the drain pipe there. Can I actually go to the... Aha! I knew this was the place that he was sneaking out of. It was too big of a pipe. I was like, there's no way he's not coming out. You've seen Dis use a strain pipe behind the garrison to sneak through the walls. There's a metal grate that comes off so you can crawl through. Do you want to go out there? Absolutely yes. And I get friendship with Dis. And I get bravery. Awesome. What's up, my guy? Events in this area can be done in any order. They won't cause time to pass, but will increase your stress. Return home. Oh, watch for collectible items you can bring back as gifts. Okay. You slip through the drain pipe and out of the colony before anyone saw you. Anyone, that is, except for a dark form watching you from the trees nearby. Could that be... Is that Dis? We literally followed him through, so yes. He turns and disappears into the jungle. Now you're sure of it. That was definitely Dis. He's not allowed outside the colony either. I'm just gonna follow him. silently. Don't want to draw attention. You scamper after him through the brush, heedless of branches and brambles scraping your arms and legs. Without a proper envirosuit, you get all scratched up. This kid is fast. You quickly lose sight of Dis and can't find his trail again, but you do learn something by trying. Okay. Interesting. Oh, so I have to choose which way I'm gonna go. What is that? What is this cute little creature? Your way is blocked by a strange, small creature with 1 foot and 4 large eyes. 2 of which blink sideways on top of its head like frog eyes. I think it's adorable, although the 1 foot is a little disquieting. Oh, this must be a hop-eye. You've heard people talk about them, but you've never seen one up close. It suddenly starts flailing around like there's something wrong with it, even though it was fine a second ago. It keeps pausing to look at you, then goes back to flailing. Okay, I'll do a card challenge to see what's up with it. Maybe I can rescue it. Maybe I could have a pet. I want a pet. Ha! Nice. I only got 1. I didn't even get kudos for that, but I rocked that. I guess, okay, there would be nobody to give me kudos since I snuck out of the colony. That makes sense. You stop trying to get past it and just listen. Oh, you can hear little squeaking noises from nearby. It's probably warning you away from its nest. You carefully avoid the nest while speaking in soothing tones. The agitated little guardian skitters warnings at you, but eventually lets you by. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I got some more wood. Okay, do I want to wander or stay on the path? I'll go this way. Some farmland has spilled outside the walls. The fields don't look like they're doing very well. Nobody's around right now. In fact, it looks a bit abandoned. There are some meager-looking crops ready to harvest, but animals are starting to get at them. Salvage? You pull up a handful of wrinkly tubers. They're probably supposed to be potatoes, eventually, or maybe yams? It's hard to tell. You dig around a little longer, but it's all pretty picked over. Okay, what did I get for that? Ooh, I got some more food. So this is... What the frick is that? I feel like I shouldn't be interacting with this guy. You hear screams from just over the next bluff. Human screams. Oh my gosh, is that Tonin? You crest the bluff to see Tammy's father, Chief Surveyor Tonin. He's been attacked by something you've never seen before. A 4-legged creature with a huge mane of flowers, a mean reptilian face, and 2 wicked claws. What? Is this a manticore? You've heard of fierce creatures like this outside the walls, but you never expected to ever see one up close. What is one doing so close to the colony? Uncle Tonin is pinned under one of the creature's pointed legs. He's struggling to get free, but the manticore keeps dancing around, like it's playing with its food. You can hear it from here, growling and clicking its mandibles. But you snuck out. If you try to help, he's going to know you snuck out, and your parents are going to be so mad if they find you out here. Panic rises in your chest. How could you help him? It's a huge, deadly monster. Leave and pretend you don't see this. I feel like if that happens, I'll die, or he'll die. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna try to distract it. Oh, I don't have the bravery for that. Okay, get help. You turn and flee, beating your way through the undergrowth to the last place you saw the group from expeditions. By the time you return with Assistant Surveyor Utopia and some others, Uncle Tonin is gasping his last breath and the Manticore is nowhere to be seen. It's too late. No, nope, 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 nope. No. Yeah, so let's go back and load this. Okay. Maybe it's better if I just don't interact with it at all. What if I just, yeah, what if I just don't? Maybe nothing happens. At the top of a rise off to the east, you think you spot someone watching you. They're dressed in black. Is that Dis? But they look way too tall to be Dis. Maybe another surveyor? You blink and the figure is gone. Okay. You bushwhack down into a valley and up the other path to where you thought you saw them standing. No signs of a camp or anything obvious like a dropped pack. No note saying, "I'm watching you," signed mysterious figure. Spooky. You're too worn out and tired to continue. You have to go home now. Okay. This is probably better. Spent the month exploring. Okay. So if I'm gonna do that again, I have to do it when I'm, like, full. Because I want to commit all of my energy to exploring. And now, Uncle Tonin won't die, and I won't get in trouble, so we're good. We're good. That could have been bad. I pretty much almost killed him. Alright, I will go rest. It's okay. Your dad pulls a flower out of his pocket and gives it to you. A blossom for my little blossom. He tucks it behind your ear. I'm 99.99% sure this isn't poisonous, but let me know if you get a weird rash or something. Alright. Okay, so at this point, I've given everyone presents except for Dis and Tange. So... medicinal roots, I feel like Tange will love. What would Dis like? Bobber fruit? Dis blinks owlishly at your gift. Is it my birthday? I almost forgot. I hate it when people make a big deal about my birthday, but this is nice. Thank you. Ah, he's so cute. He's so cute. Alright, well, to be fair, I have to give Tange a gift too. Oh, good, Tange says, barely looking up from her microscope. Another thick-skulled cretin coming to interrupt my work. What do you want? I have a present? I feel like she'd like medicinal roots. Seems you remembered my birthday, Tange says, taking the roots and turning them over in her hands. Her lip curls in distaste at the dirt that still cling to them. How thoughtful of you. I have much to do today, but I'll set these roots aside to analyze later. She turns to walk away, then remembers herself. Thank you, she adds, almost as an afterthought. But I did learn that she likes medicinal roots, and also I learned that it's her birthday, which means that she and Dis must be twins. But I assumed that he was much younger since he's so little. But that's good to know. Okay, I have to rest. I'm gonna rest in the garrison, though, and get some more friendship with Dis. After the first attack on the colony, they added lookout towers to the walls. Now you have a place to hang out if you don't feel like working, and because it's all the way up here, no adults are going to come ask you to run any errands for them. On rainy days, you take shelter under the pavilions and listen to the pitter-patter of warm raindrops on the grass roof. You can do whatever you want. Ah, this is the life. It's a good place to study, I would think. You pack your holoculars. This The wall is a great vantage point to examine the wild jungle outside the colony. Your independent study even counts towards class credits without having to actually be in class. Oh, hey, Solstice. Dis pops his head up a nearby ladder and looks surprised to see someone else here. Do you mind if I sit here too? Yeah, sure, there's plenty of room. The two of you jangle your feet off the side and watch the valley below. Dis shuffles a little uncomfortably and doesn't say much. You wonder if this was his private spot to be alone before you discovered it. Oh, but he's cute. I like being buddies with him. Yes, get rid of that 0. There's a commotion in the square. An expedition's vehicle has driven through the gates and is idling in the middle of the square, an unusual sight. People come down from command to investigate. Utopia gets out of the vehicle and trudges over to Uticott. After a brief conversation, you see Uticott gesture for people to unload the vehicle and clear the area. You stay out of the way to see what they're unloading. No! No, I thought... Wait! No, I thought he would be fine since I didn't interrupt, because he didn't die right then. Would it have even mattered if I had gone back? Ugh, I feel like this is my fault, dude. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered because I couldn't have helped him. I could have gotten a card out of it, though, if he was gonna die anyway. I'm sorry. This is terrible. God damn it. It's a body. Chief Surveyor Tonan's body. Someone quickly covers him with a sheet, but not before the image of his torn open body is seared into your memory. However he died, it was violent and bloody. You feel your stomach cramp with nausea. What happened? Dis asks, coming over to crouch around the corner with you. You share that Uncle Tonan is dead, and he stares at the sheet-covered body intensely, as if he could see through it. Did they say how? They never tell us the truth anyway. Nobody will tell the kids what really happened. I bet he still was torn to shreds by the same manticore, even though I specifically chose not to go and find. I tried not to trigger the event, and it happened anyway. Nobody will tell the kids what really happened. Did something eat him? Did he get lost or fall off a cliff? Do they even know? Dis nods, frowning. They don't want us to know anything about the monsters. And other worse stuff. They want us to think everything is fine, but it's not. This planet isn't as nice as they say it is. He shakes his head. They hate that they can't control us. You and Dis watch the adults carry Uncle Tonan's body away. From the way he is practically vibrating, you can tell Dis wants to ask more questions about what happened. After a few awkward minutes, he sneaks away without saying anything, probably to try to go take a look at the body. At least Tammy isn't around to see this, you think. At least they're together now, wherever people go when they die. You watch Utopia bend over to get a hug from Uticott, wiping her eyes as she finally cries. Uticott has never been the most comforting presence in your life, but it seems to help. Utopia will probably be the next chief surveyor. At 24, she'll be the youngest council member. She was only a toddler when the stratosphere left Earth. Apparently, her sharp eye and hoverbike flying skills are the best in expeditions. Well, that is incredibly sad, so I'm glad about that. Oh, it won't even let me sneak out. I didn't want to, but, Utopia's the new person there. That's interesting. Dis pokes a glowing bauble bud with his toes. The seed head snaps free and drifts up into the darker glow, slowly breaking up into the luminescent specks. Make a wish, he says. He's cute. I like that he's warming up to me. Tangent isn't, and I'm doing everything that I can to be friends with her. But you know what? If I get one of the twins, I guess I could be happy. Anemone flashes her headlamp at you as you approach. Did you ever learn Morse code? She asks, giggling. Com says if I spell out a bad word, my headlamp is gonna break clean off. Yeah, that's not how that works. But good for your big brother trying to teach you lessons. Your mom gives you a stern look. Be careful, she warns you. Now that we know for a fact it isn't safe out there during glow, I won't have you venturing close to the walls. Stay where I can see you, close to the ship. Too late, Mom, but I appreciate you trying to take care of me. I guess I'll go to school. Okay, let's do biology. Cal and Tange get into an argument about the morality of animal testing. Predictably, Cal is against it, calling it unnecessary cruelty. I agree. Tange doesn't rise to the bait. Instead of defending it on the basis of whether it's cruel or not, she skips right into arguing that even if it is cruel, it's still necessary. She says that, sometimes, the benefits are worth doing something you would normally think is immoral. For science, she kind of has a point. I don't like animal testing. In fact, I will not buy, like, makeup products or soaps or anything that have been tested on animals, but I do understand her point. I do see what she's saying. There you go. Ooh. It's been a quiet glow, but the grim, surreal darkness of the season reminds you of last year's violence. As the month wears on, you overhear arguments at dinner, adults worrying that an attack is still coming, and others who think the first one was a fluke. Surveyors mention seeing new tracks in the forest, but are shushed so people don't panic. The gates are closed. You drill emergency procedures, filing soundlessly from the classroom to the creche to hide under tables, waiting for the sirens to call the all clear. You drill and prepare and worry, but nothing happens. Then, just as glow is starting to wane, the toxic purple spill of the wormhole fading as the suns almost rise past the horizon again, the sirens start. You're reading a hollow novel in bed when you hear them, followed by the stomp of boots down the hallway outside your quarters. An alert flashes on your holopalm. Shelter in the creche. This is not a drill. You get another message from your dad. Me and Mom are going to stay in the greenhouses. We're safe. Just follow Auntie Anne to the creche and wait for us, okay? Don't worry. We're way more prepared than we were last year. Love you. Stay safe. You could go to the creche where you belong, or you could follow the security guards to see what's happening at the gates. Well, apparently I'm not brave enough to head for the gates. Oh, I need 10. What am I at for bravery? I'm literally at 9. The game said, yeah, you thought you would be able to save people this year. Okay, well, nobody better die while I'm hiding, I guess. Darn it. You head for the children's creche. Even with just the emergency lights on, your feet could never forget the way. When you get there, you spot Tangent and Dis huddled together in the beanbag chairs. Dis is stone-faced as usual, and he's holding Tangent in his arms. Can't remember the last time you saw them this close. Tange must be really scared. Yeah, weird that Dis would, care. But I guess, again, if they're twins, which I've just discovered that they are, they're gonna have that bond that maybe doesn't fully make sense to them, but they're still gonna love each other. You take a seat on a beanbag chair and wait. Other children filter into the room after you. Anemone, her little brothers, Nougat, you don't see him, so Cal must be sheltering with your parents in the greenhouses. You hope they're okay. I'll talk to Dis and Tange. So dumb they won't let us outside. Dis grumbles. We live here too. We deserve to know what's going on. They're treating us like little kids. Not even scared. You search his face for signs he's lying to sound cool, but his bad mood is sincere. Tangent smacks his arm. Don't be ridiculous, she snaps. There's dangerous animals out there. Dis just shrugs. Nothing scares him. You don't hear much from outside. After a while, the sirens sound all clear, and you all file back to your quarters. Your mom and dad join you right away and give you a big hug. And thank you for following their instructions. Yeah, I totally did that because you told me to, and not because I literally have one less bravery than I needed to go outside. When things have calmed down, you overhear your parents talking. I'm not going to be the first to congratulate Rhett, but all of his defensive improvements were exactly what we needed. Your mom grumbles. Ugh, he's going to be insufferable at the next council meeting. Your dad pats her hand. Credit where credit's due, Flulubel, he says, and she smiles despite herself. It could have been worse. Your mom nods, and they both sit in silence before your dad speaks again. Poor Hal, he sighs. What a way to go. I'm sorry, Professor Hal? What happened to Professor Hal? Why wasn't he in the Creech? Of all people, I feel like he should have been in the Creech. He's basically a giant teddy bear. Why was he out fighting? Your parents startle. Hey, Pumpkinhead, your dad says. Yeah, they're going to announce it in a few hours after everyone's had a chance to calm down. He didn't make it. What happened? Don't worry about that, your mom replies, shooting your dad a look to keep him from talking. It's adult stuff, okay? You guys won't be able to go into the engineering wing for a little bit, but not until it's decontaminated. You guys already know how I feel about adults not telling their children things to protect them. It bugs me so much. You curl up quietly to think. Professor Hal can't just die. He can't just be gone. He's your teacher. And the engineering wing is where you take classes. You can't imagine something bad happening in such a safe place. You fall asleep thinking for sure there's been some mistake. What the heck? What do you mean? Alright, well, next time we will start our next year, so that makes me angry. Alright, well, now we're 12, so I guess we're just gonna have to be okay with that. I'm mad. Okay, well, I am super, super annoyed that I was unable to stop both Uncle Tonan's death and apparently Professor Howell's death. So yeah, I'm gonna be upset about that. Next time we will start our new year at age 12, so please let me know down in the comments below if you want to see that. While you're down there, you might as well like and subscribe. It's fun, it's free, you get to see more of me, and the videos can only get more frustrating from here. So, without further ado, bonsoir mon petit papillons. Bye.